Hello, hello. Good morning, Stampers. It is Nemi Batstone, coming to you from my crafty studio in Cooks Creek, Manitoba, 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg, right in the heart of Canada. Thank you so much for joining me today or catching the replay. So if you're there, don't forget to like, share, and comment, and you'll be entered into this week's draw. And if you place a minimum order of $60 this week, then you'll also get a card kit of this week's creations. So lots of fun to have and lots of moments to gather with. So I'm just gonna make sure I am good here and live because I don't see my marker. Oh, there it is. So yeah, I'm good. And turn that off. Okay, so last week we had 5 creations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Featured the Boardwalk Fun, which is newer, and then the Celebratory Sips, which is on Last Chance. These are going out today, this afternoon, to Gail and Gail C. So Gail Chevalier. So congratulations, Gail, on winning last week's cards. I have started prepping the kits to create these cards. Yesterday, I'm almost done. So those will go out tomorrow to all the people all your fellow crafters that placed an order with me and for $60 or more. So thank you so much. It really helps me and help me work towards getting that next milestone of sales with Stampin' Up. Okay, so just a few reminders. I'm not going to go through them all. I bored you last week with them, but today it's right here. Right, Paper Pumpkin closes February 10th. I have in-person classes for cookies, cards, and cocktails, or creativity connection, I think is what I put too. Can't remember. I gotta update this one. But it's Thursday in person on February 19th. I forgot to use my bonus days coupons again, so reminder, make sure you use them. I got this kit. I'm hoping it gets here this week. So today we're gonna focus on Last Chance products, and Last Chance products are a new thing. We used to have a into the vault retiring kind of thing, but now what we've done is moved everything over. It's, Stampin' Up evolves constantly. We moved everything over into what we call the Last Chance list. And then if things sell out, they're gone, right? They're all while supplies last. I wanted to share with you this week the Cake Day bundle, but the stamp set's actually no longer available, but the dies are still there. So that's a prime example. So I've switched and found some fun stuff in there that I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is on Last Chance. So we're gonna look at that and create a fun card today. Just a reminder, my calendar has been updated. I've been working diligently trying to get that done. But the homemade sweetness is listed there under today as registration opens. And then also it's listed on March 21st, 22nd to show what days they are. So you can also get the registration links there. I didn't put this one in yet, but I will. So this is through PayPal. So it's like Paper Pumpkin. It's a monthly subscription and it's my monthly card club. So don't forget to sign up for that one. And yeah, so let's get crafty. Don't want to keep you too long. So the set that I am looking at today, I have decided to coordinate with this week's Global Design Project. Good morning, Margaret. How are you today? Ready for another exciting week? Good morning, Christine. Thanks for joining. We have team meeting this week on Thursday, February 12th. So if you're local and would like to join us, it starts at 6:30 and it is in the city and we do meet in person, but it's a lot of fun and you can come check us out. That would be great. Just email me if you're curious. But this week's Global Design Project is a simple one. I love the fact that there was an arch. So, for me, I'm a sucker for arches. So these are our everyday arches. As soon as we got those, I was like, yep, that's on my list. These have been around since last year. and they are currently $40, but you get 10 pieces. So that's fantastic. I've used them so much that they constantly bend and I have to bend them back in shape. So I'm excited about that. And what I'm featuring today and for most of the week is the Painterly Pears Suite. Now, when I saw this on Last Chance, I was like, oh my gosh, this set, I have to get more DSP because it's just stunning. It, you know, it's beautiful. You can't tell here, but it is this one here with the pink in the background is actually a 12 by 12 that has the borders all around. So, always enjoy your classes. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Margaret. This one, you can just easily cut into 3 strips of 4 by 5 1/4, and you have 3 instant cards, right? But this doesn't really show it that well, but the beautiful patterns on the back as well. So that's really nice. And then this one here is this green one, but here you can, the dies actually fit right on here. So that's what I've been using. And then these flowers you can cut and add. So this one does fit, and then this one does fit here. There is no little die for the 2 pair. Oh wait, sorry, I lied. And then there's a little die for the 2 pairs that goes right there. So this page is fully cuttable. Is that a word? So you can pretty much die cut this whole page, and then don't forget about the flowers. They are usable. So we are using these 2 today, and I didn't use that small one yet. Yet. That's the key word. Yet. Okay, so the dies are these beauties, and you've got that nice big long one. You've got 2 sentiment dies. They're really small but cute. Love the flowers, and we'll do some fun with that this week. And then you've got this other etched image. This one goes with the flowers. If I can pick it up right here. There's a flower image, and that's the one that goes there. Now these ones are smaller, so you can see it doesn't match, but that's just because the images are at 95%. It is a 2-step stamp set. So you've got your outline and then your middle, your outline and your middle, your outline and your middle. So lots of fun stuff to be had here. And here's the best thing. I was shocked because the stamp set is $28 and it's on sale for $16.80. The dies are $37 and it's half price at $18.50. So the bundle you can pretty much buy for $35.30, where it's regular $58.50. And the designer series paper is $17, I believe, and it's $10.20. So like everything is on Last Chance. It's like, what? So I just wanted to give you that and focus on, because it's really, this is a beautiful set, and with spring coming, I think it's great to add to your collection. Okay, so what are we creating? We are creating this card here today. So I'm hoping that that matches. What do you think? Close enough? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna, doesn't take long, but I did do a lot of my cutting. I think I forgot to cut my designer series paper. So I know I did, because I don't see it in the pile. So we'll just grab that. So here's my strip, because you know, paper shares. I have a 6 by 12. I love it. And I love the fact that this has secrecy. Like, you know, this is where you get the inspiration of coloring things differently. So they have secrecy leaves in here instead of like just green, right? So you can twist that up. So that's why my focus here has secrecy. Okay, so we need a strip that is 4 inches. Or, actually no, I think I did it less. I lied. It should be 3 3/4. Because I already have a 4-inch layer. So that's 3 3/4. So I get to keep the rest. And then I also need one at 5 inches. Now watch, I probably cut it wrong. I don't think I did. Okay. And then don't throw this, because you can use this to actually die to stamp, and then cut it with a die to get some shape. Okay, so here's my pieces. So little trick to save you money always, I do this all the time, is I cut out the middle so that way we're not wasting. So we've got a larger arch. We've got lemon lolly in this next size down, and then basic white for our final. And then this is your standard, and then this goes on top. So we're pretty much just building that up. And then I already did fussy cut these, so not fussy cut, die cut those. And then we just have a standard white card base. So I'll just fold that over right now. And get that out of the way. Good morning, Shell. How are you today? Ready for another fun week? The sun isn't peeking out today. Okay, now I also took this shape from the Stylish Shape dies. And oh, it's kind of funny because not all the stitches are a little, you know, some of them have holes through them and then others don't, so you can see right through it. And we're going to heat emboss that. So I didn't heat emboss it yet. And the reason why is I just want to show you what I did with it. So when you get your kit from purchasing with me this week, you know what I did. So we're just going to add some, move over, add some embossing powder, right, as always. And then I'm using the stamp. Let's get this, I'll leave this here so you know how much everything, that it's seriously ridiculous how cheap this is. And I'm going to use A Good Friend is a Gift. So there's quite a few in there. Now you'll notice here that on the sketch there's this big white line here, and I'm assuming that that is for your sentiments, but I'm twisting mine up a bit. You're ready for a great week. That's fantastic. Awesome. Me too. It's Valentine's weekend next week. Does anybody celebrate Valentine's? We don't. I've never celebrated it. I think it's overpriced. And I don't need Cupid to remind my husband and myself that we love each other and that we need to celebrate each other. So I'm more about, it's the only one day you don't have to show me love. He thinks it's funny. Anyway, I'm gonna stamp this as close as possible. I stalled, so I'm gonna just tap that again. As close as possible to the right, because we're gonna cut off that other edge. And make sure your stamp's the right way, because mine was not. Okay, so I'm gonna drop. I probably should have used my positioner, but my first one didn't turn out very well, so I'm hoping this one turns out better. Okay, that turned out way better than my first one. I'm gonna use my tweezers to pick up on the left side so I don't burn my hand. And then I'm gonna grab my embossing powder and pour that on. Oh, yes. Oh, well, it still did the same thing. But I think it's just that that hole is too small. Okay. I see maybe up here a bit more. Tap, tap to get rid of all the extra fuzzies, fluff sitting on there. And I'm just going to take your pick tool and just fix the A a bit so that there's a hole there. Mine didn't do that very well, and so it just looks like a big triangle. And do the same with this one. Okay. So then we're going to grab our heat gun. So I like to heat up my heat gun a bit, just to make sure that heat's coming through. And then I'm just going to heat it up. So, of course, I'll see if I can bring it closer. Yeah. Oh, it's a little crooked, I think. I think we'll be able to get away with it. Okay, so then it starts to change color and goes nice and bright. There we go. Excellent. That's a lot quieter than my old one. So, now we're just going to trim that edge off. So this is why. Because I don't want this tail end there. And to trim it, all I really need to do is trim to where that last dot is. Or the last stitch. I just don't want that stitching there. Okay, there we go. So now that's gone. And we now have a flush end. So that's why I'm like, make sure when you get your kit to stay closest to the right, because we cut that off. Okay, so now we've got that done. I don't think, yeah, so now we just really need to assemble. Okay, so we have our card base. Oh, we'll stamp on the inside first. So we'll take, I think I was going to use, we'll use the little itty bitty pairs, and we'll put that on the inside. I won't put a sentiment. I'll let you choose that. Okay. So we'll stamp that on the inside, just to make sure I don't make any boo-boos. And then I need a block to pick that up. Monday. So I convinced my hubby to go on a little date with me today. I have to make an IKEA trip. And in order to pick up the prizes for the upcoming crop. So I like to do prizes at my crop, and we play bingo, and you get to win tickets. You can also buy tickets. But there's a few things I need to pick up for there. So I'm super excited. So I was like, hey, what's your week like? Do you have time to go, hang out with me? Because we haven't. And like I said, we're not Valentine's Day people. I'm not a Valentine's Day person. So, I'm like, let's just go do our thing. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm not very busy this week with work. So I'm like, yes. So maybe we can even have a cheap IKEA meal. Oh, anyway. Just thought I'd share. What are you up to today? And we have no soccer tonight. Yes. We figured something's wrong with the schedule. But we triple checked, made sure, and there's no soccer. Because normally the kids have a practice at 9 p.m. You heard me right. 9 p.m. But the schedule said nothing. So, okay. Okay, so I'm going to use Old Olive for my pears. So I'm going to grab, I just used early espresso there. So this is the stamp that does the second step. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to dip it into Old Olive. Now it's got lots of bumpies because it's going to do the nice shading and watercolor look for you. So you don't have to. Okay, so I just dropped that down. And let's see what that looks like. Oh, love it. Look at that. So there's bumps on there, so you get a darker shade with a lighter shade, making it look like you actually watercolored it. Beauty! Okay, so you can also color that, but I'm not going to because it's the inside and I just want that to be my feature. So I don't want to color in my leaves or anything. I'm going to leave it because I love it. And it's blank on the inside, so whoever wins the draw gets this. This Sweet As You, I never got it. Love pink. Well, now, Christine, you can get it. And just a reminder, demonstrators like yourself also get the 25% off discount. So you're paying $10.20 retail. However, if you're a demonstrator, add your 25% off. And now you're paying only $7.50. So, who doesn't want paper for $7.50? That's crazy, right? Okay, I'm still waiting for my glue to get here. So here I am using art glitter. If you're wondering why. Oh, crapoly. I forgot to do my other step. Okay, no, you know what? That's okay. We're okay. I will just do this. Wow. That was pretty funny. So we're going to cover that up because this is the layer that goes there. So we're okay. Yeah, $7.50, $8. Like, who doesn't want paper for $8? And then this bundle, I was like, I paid $60 plus my discount. So, and now it's only $35 for the bundle. That's plus your 25% off. So that's another $8.50. So you're looking at $27. Insane. Anyway, just saying. So demonstrators, if you're watching the replay, seriously consider buying this suite. I don't think the ribbon's on sale, but the embellishments are. The embellishments dropped to $10. It's like, wow. So I'm using this as my guide, and I'm adding my tape here, my tear tape, because I'm going to put ribbon. Okay, so this piece, this piece is going here. So I want to make sure that ribbon is coming across the bottom, just like it does. Well, not just like it does, similar to what it is on the Global Design Sketch Challenge for the week. Okay, so I'm gonna peel these back like so. And then I'm gonna grab the ribbon. Where did I put my ribbon? Oh, there it is. Okay, my project card is a disaster. Okay, so then we're just gonna stick that there, run across. So instead of a big long sentiment, I'm using ribbon as my bottom piece. And let's just make sure we're good. I think we are. Ta-da! There. Okay, we're gonna go for breakfast. Oh, awesome, yum. I'm hoping I can do that too, because I haven't had breakfast and I'm super hungry today. I don't know why, just like my stomach is just growling. Okay, so then I'm just gonna cover those up to make sure those ends don't pop off. And then now that is our bottom. So that's my so-called bottom strip instead of a sentiment. And then we can now layer these. Oh, I actually put it underneath. My bad. So this actually goes under. This first layer is already there. So my apologies. So we'll add that on. It's not a big deal. It can slide under the ribbon. I just forgot to do it. And now on my initial. I just forgot. So I gotta get this card piece out of the way. Now that looks a little crooked. So I gotta make sure I'm straight. So I'm gonna slide that in and use my grid lines as a guide. Make sure I'm centered. And then drop that into place, just like that. Ta-da! Moving a little slow because it's Monday. And I didn't do a very good job on the first one. So, okay, and then this one just goes on top. So I'm gonna add a little strip of dimensional there because I have this little strip left. So I'm just gonna pop that on. And that'll be my bottom. It'll go below the ribbon. And then we need some along the top. So let me find some more. Here we go. Here we go. So put one there, there, and there. Now, I also, if you notice, I also did not put a bow or anything because I wanted to keep that as my strip. So I think it's enough. Now we're just gonna lay that right on top. Sorry, I gotta lift it up to make sure I'm straight. Perfect. And then we just need this piece. So this piece I'm gonna just glue because we have so much dimension already with all the layers. That's adding thickness to it as well. And then we're just gonna put that there because then it makes it difficult to mail. Sometimes it makes it difficult to mail. Okay, so let's dry fit where our pear is going. Nice big pear, I love it. So beautiful. I love the watercoloring that the artisan designers did when they created this paper. And then this one just goes right there. So a little lower so that I'm underneath that leaf kind of thing. Looks good. Okay, so let's get that pear down. So again, I'm not popping these up. because I feel like there's enough height with all the layers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers plus the pear makes 6. So I think that's plenty. And then I don't really like the whiteness on the bottom here just because it's touching the pear. So I'm just going to curve that off there. And then it's a little tight. My stubby fingers are in the way. So I'm going to just pinch that in the middle there and add my adhesive. Okay. Which way am I going? I'm going this way. Okay, and then that goes right there. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a mini. I'll pop up that one leaf. So I'll pop up this one leaf here. Oops. I didn't push down because I knew it was going to pop up. So I'm going to put that there. There. Now I didn't take the backing off because I know this is going to slip under here somewhere. Right about there. So then now I'll just take the glue. Or you don't even need to, oh, I don't need glue that far. Oops. You don't even need to actually take off the backing. There we go. Right about there, I think. And then that'll stay there. I can put a dimensional under that one. So let me grab my, take your pick tool. I didn't do this on my other card, but now I think of it, I'm like, oh, I should. Put one there on that leaf, and then I'll just take the backing off this one so it's not flapping in the wind here. Come on. Doesn't want to come off. There we go. Oops, now it slipped. Oh no, that's just the paper. Never mind. Okay, looks good. I like it. And I'm just going to put my glue away. Oh no. Now we can add this to the front. So, put that back. Put that back. So this weekend we spent time creating our pillow gifts. One of my pillow gifts for the retreat. So big shout out to Shell and Barb for meeting up with me on Friday evening to put together 50 pillow gifts for the crop next month. It was a little tedious and time consuming, so I didn't want to just leave it for one person to create, and it really, it's a lot faster and quicker when there's a few of us. So we had fun doing that. So yeah, I think we did anyway. So there is our card. Now we have to add a little life to it. So these are the low profile sparkle dots. So you can see I've obviously used this for a card club with this suite, so that's why mine is all ripped up. And we probably used it for retreats. But you get 3 colors: Daffodil Delight, Mossy Meadow, and Secret Sea. And it is on sale as well for $10.40. This one, because I guess because of the sparkling, it's $13. So now it's $10.40. So let's see. So you $35.30 plus $10.20 plus $10.40, so $30, $40, $55, $55 and $55.90 for this suite plus the ribbon. So you're paying like $55, $60, $66, 60. Let's just say 67. Let's just round it. 67 for the whole suite. That is half the price you normally pay for a suite. So I'm like, so jealous. Okay, so I'm definitely going to stock up a bit more. So I'm going to put, what did I do on mine? So I stuck mine here. So I'm going to try something, I was going to try something a little different, but I felt it was kind of weird over there. So I'm going to keep it down here. I wanted to do 3 in a row, but then that whole white spot's there. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's just me being weird. Okay, I'll do 2 in a row here. Like when I say 2 in a row, I do 2 stacked. Here is what I'm saying. And then I'll just put another one over here. So then it doesn't, this spot up here doesn't look so blah. Okay, so there is Monday's card. So this is Global Design Project 534, and it's got like an arch, a really fat arch, and then your sentiment there. So then instead of using a sentiment strip, I used the ribbon, and then instead of one just arch, I've used 3, and then just stack the paper. So again, this is Painterly Pears, last chance, so grab it up. And then if you spend the 60, that if you buy the whole suite, that gets you a free kit. So I'll give you all the bits and pieces you need to create, so you'll have that extra. And that's about it. So thank you for joining me this morning. It's a great day. I think this is a great way to kick off the week. So good morning, Irene. We're just wrapping up. So don't forget to like, share, and comment. And if you are catching the replay on YouTube, you have to be logged in and say watching replay or something, because I can't add you to the draw. If you just like, it doesn't actually show me, I'm not that tech savvy. It doesn't show me who actually liked it. So enjoy the rest of your day. Not sure what the weather is like. I forgot to check. But either way, I'll be back again tomorrow morning at 9. And I'll see you then. Happy stamping. Bye.